That is awesome. That is awesome. Man, guys, we are live with Donald Trump. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, another video here, guys. We have a awesome time with Donald Trump. Here we go. He is signing some executive orders, and women, you need to pay attention to this. This is amazing. This is just for you.
Thank you, sir. And then we have a number of ceremonial proclamations that Lindsay Halligan is going to.
So two very special proclamations, the first of which is a proclamation that proclaims March 2025 as Women's History Month in honor of all the wonderful women in your administration, all the wonderful women in America, and in honor of everything you've done for women and this administration has done for women in just, what, a month and a half? So.
Yeah, we've done a lot, and women have done a lot for us, right? This is an honor. We have a wonderful woman here, Maria Bartiromo.
Thank you so much.
Nice to have you, Maria.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and thanks for all that you're doing for women.
Thank you. She's going to do an interview of me later. Maybe I shouldn't do this interview. I should be like Biden, not do any interviews.
He hates women. Come on. Women are, yeah, come on. I hear that all the time. He hates women.
That's great.
Only if they knew. You know?
Women, we love you.
That's right. We love all women.
We love you too, sir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Excellent.
So the second one is a proclamation proclaiming March 2025 as Irish American Heritage Month in honor of, well, to commemorate our amazing friendship between America and Ireland, and to just honor all of the Irish Americans. And I'm a little bit biased because I'm American and Irish, but
Good. Good. Well, they're great people.
They are.
They are great
St.
people.
Patrick's Day is coming up as well.
And they voted for me in heavy numbers, so I like them even more. You have to like it. You know, you're not supposed to, but you have to like that.
We like our Irish Americans.
So for the Irish American people, proclamation.
Sweet.
Okay, I bought this house on
That is
194
so cool, man.
Arbor Street in
Just
Kalispell,
a
Montana.
sheer
I'm going to make a bunch of money in
amount
cash
he
flow,
loves
and that's cool.
This country. You know what I mean? He loves the country, and he loves all the people of America and outside of America. That's why he wants the war with Ukraine gone.
Okay? Thanks, Lindsay.
Hey, I was gonna say, if any of you guys have any videos that you want me to take a look at, react to, just drop them down in the chat and in these videos. Just remember, I don't do any editing on my videos. Reason is I just try to be as honest and upfront with you guys as possible, so that way, you know where I'm coming from, and I'm not gonna bullshit you, pretty much. And I like to bring out videos, so what I was gonna get to is just put down in the chat that what videos you want me to take a look at, and then we'll go from there. Here we go.
Mr. President, your envoy, Steve Witkoff, told us a little while ago that if Hamas does not release hostages, that the U.S. and Israel could take some action. What does that mean in your eyes? Is that military action? Would you join strikes with
Well,
Israel?
you're going to find out. I had the honor of spending a lot of time yesterday with quite a few of the people that we got out, and I can't believe how badly treated they were, really badly treated. Yeah. Stories that you wouldn't even believe. Some of it was documented. Some of it was so bad you couldn't really, I don't think you can put it on. And it's a shame. And they said one thing, they have 59 hostages, of which many of them are killed.
Yeah, many of those are killed, right? Most of the ones that came out are alive, but he believes that, I believe he believes, or I think he says it, that the rest of them are dead. But we want all of our people.
They want to know if we could just continue. They said without us, look, Biden wasn't able to get anybody out. We came along and they started releasing. But we have 59 left, of which 24 are living. The rest are dead. And I put out a statement. It's sort of self-explanatory, I think. But somebody's going to have to get a lot rougher than they're getting. It's a shame. And those 24 that are living, because they were with them just 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, depending on when they got out. But they said they're in very bad shape.
You spoke today with your cabinet members and Elon Musk.
I did.
What did you tell them in regards to Elon Musk and his authorities to carry out actions?
We had a great meeting. We had Elon and we had some of the representatives for the business reps. We also had most of the cabinet members, not all of them. It doesn't really pertain to all of them, but many of them. And I thought it was a really good meeting. It was about cutting because everybody knows the country's way out of control in terms of the number of people. We have many people that don't work. We have many people probably that aren't even living that are getting checks.
Yeah,
and we're finding all of that out, and it's being reported. We're going to save.
That's right. A lot of you guys are worried about a lot of things, but the biggest thing is getting the people out that are getting checks that are not working. But they are making cuts. I did talk to a lady at the physical therapy down at VA in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and she said that there's a lot of fear within the VA, and she's concerned too. But I don't see them cutting any of those kind of jobs. But
Hundreds of billions of dollars. We've already saved a lot. And parts of it are contracts that are expired that we're paying on. Many crazy things that, you can see it happening. It shouldn't happen, but you can see it happening. You see a lot of it being put out. But the other thing I think most important for today, I want the cabinet members to keep good people. I don't want to see a big cut where a lot of good people are cut. I want the cabinet members to keep the.
That's exactly right. He wants to keep the good people. So that explains really everything, so.
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store.
Crazy videos.
Thrown out the window. It probably got kickbacks. I'm sure there were tremendous kickbacks for the people that authorized those contracts. But no, Elon has been really teaching everybody about the numbers that you can do. But what I want the numbers, but I also want to keep the good people. We want to get rid of the people that aren't working, that aren't showing up, and have a lot of problems. And so they're working together with Elon. And I think we're doing a really great job. We're cutting it down. We have to for the sake of our country. You can't have that kind of fat.
Don't you guys understand, though, that our country is overweight by a lot? And the heart just cannot stand it no more. It's giving out. We have to cut. If I had to cut my job just to save this country, I would. That's why a lot of people, join the service. They want to go and fight for the country. It's the same basic concept. Save the country.
It's bloat, and like nobody's ever seen before, where you need 20,000 and they have 120,000 people, and you just don't need that many. And it happens with companies and it happens with governments, I guess. You could go to a lot of governments, you'd see the same thing. But we're trying to get it down. We want to be able, next year we could balance the budget. I think there's a good chance we could balance the budget next year. We have a lot of good things happening. Plus we have a lot of revenue things happening, like today with the shipbuilding. And this gentleman behind me is going to create a lot of jobs. And he's about the biggest there is in the world. We had the biggest chip maker in the world here a few days ago. He's going to be spending $200 billion on building plants. We're not giving him any money to build it either. It's not that chip.
You got to remember, we are going to be the place to be all around the world. People are coming here because of the tariffs. They don't want to pay that tariff. But you got to remember, Canada is charging us ungodly amount of money tariffs right now before we even put our tariffs on them. So I don't understand why there's so many people that are anti-America just because of that reason, or anti-Trump. They just want to hate, you know.
Back is ridiculous. Where the Biden thing, where they give billions of dollars to people that have nothing but money, they're not going to spend that money. They're just taking that money. We're giving nothing. They're coming in because of the tariffs, because they don't want to pay the tariffs, and they're opening up big. So, but with respect to people, I said I want to cut the people, but I want to keep the good people.
President, tariffs, sir, can you walk us through the next steps on this? Steel and aluminum tariffs are due to kick in next week on Canada, Mexico, and every other country. Are those going to be modified as well?
No, those are not modified. Those are happening next week. And the big one will be on April 2nd when reciprocal tariffs. So if India or China or any of the countries that really, India is a very high tariff nation. I'll tell you what's a high tariff nation is Canada. Canada charges us 250% for our milk product and other product. And
that's exactly right. You guys hear that? Our milk product. That's disgusting, really. I don't know what you guys think. I mean, you got to see right through this, man.
Tremendous tariff on lumber and things as such, and yet we don't need their lumber. We have more lumber than they do. We don't need Canada's lumber. So what I'm doing is I'll be signing an executive order freeing up our forests so that we're allowed to take down trees and make a lot of money and then reharvest trees. Also, we're cutting fire divides. A fire divide is a 50-yard to 70-yard swath where the trees can't, it's long enough so trees don't burn forever until you can get them out. And those trees can be sold and made a lot of money with. So,
hey guys, Toby Mathis here, and question I get all the time is, how do I make my personal assets invisible?
That's the thing.
Well, first off, can you?
That's the thing.
But we'll be doing that. We don't.
Trump knows what he's doing, and he's saving taxpayer money, and he's also making it so there's no fires, and they can make fire roads and everything down through those.
We need trees from Canada. We don't need cars from Canada. We don't need energy from Canada. We don't need anything from Canada. So where we can be self-sustaining, which is in most things. Look, we have more oil and gas.
You know what I noticed the other day, or I was thinking about it the other day, was he's America first. His obligation is for America. Nobody else. America. Right? Canada's for Canada. Mexico's for Mexico. They have to do what they got to do. He's doing what he has to do for America. He's doing it for us. We just have a lot of ungrateful people out there, So, at the end of the day, you start seeing Canadians come together. Mexicans, they're coming together. All the other countries, hey, we hate America. Okay, but you're pro-Canada now? All of a sudden now you're pro-Canada and you're Canadian? That's fine. That's perfect. That's what Trump's doing, supposedly.
Than anybody. Our forests are massive, massive forests. We're just not allowed to use them because of the environmental lunatics that stopped us. So I'm going to be freeing that up very shortly so that we don't have to go to other countries to buy lumber. Why should we be buying lumber from other countries, paying tariffs, paying big prices, extraordinary prices, and we have lumber. We have the best lumber. Go ahead.
And this USMCA exemption that you're essentially announcing today for this 1 month?
It's just a modification, short term, because I didn't want to hurt the American. It would have hurt the American car companies if I did that.
Would you consider the same sort of exemption or pause for the auto tariffs you're talking about next month?
We're not looking at that, no.
No,
we're not looking at that, no. No.
TPS for the Ukrainians who live here in the U.S.?
What about
Are
it?
you considering revoking the TPS status for the more than 200,000 Ukrainians who live here in the U.S.?
What are you saying?
The Ukrainians that are here in the U.S., they're under a TPS status.
On GPS?
TPS, temporary.
Oh, I thought you said GPS.
TPS.
Yeah.
There was some news saying that they were going to be revoked and they were going to be deported from the country. Are you considering that for the
Well, we're not
Ukrainians?
looking to hurt anybody, and we're certainly not looking to hurt them. And I'm looking at that, and there were some people that think that's appropriate and some people don't, and I'll be making a decision pretty soon. Okay?
President Trump says-
But we're not looking to hurt them.
President Trump.
Yeah, a bunch of fake news came out saying that he was deporting a bunch of Ukrainians. Typical Democrat playbook move. Same thing with the Democrats from Canada. He's here every day, down there at news stations, like CNN, MSNBC, and all those Fox News. They're basically they're trying to make the people of America scared. I ain't scared of nothing. You shouldn't be scared either. This gentleman right here, our president, Donald Trump, he is the man. He is going to take care of us. He is kicking some butt. And I say take care of us lightly. I mean, as a president, you got to read between the lines. If you guys been here this long, will you guys please like and subscribe? Just subscribe. That would be amazing. And then I could do this more. Thanks, guys.
Especially Ukrainians, they've gone through a lot. Yeah, Peter?
They have been.
The clocks are going to spring forward on Sunday. When are you going to get rid of daylight savings time?
Okay, are you ready?
I got a question for you before he answers. Are you for or against daylight savings time? Do you want more time in the morning or more time at night? Just curious. And then put it down in the chat down below. Let me know what you guys think. I like it lighter earlier. That way you go fishing earlier, because I'm a big fisherman. But yeah, just put it down in the chat. Just say, hey, earlier or later. I'm just curious what you guys all think. And again, I appreciate everybody that has subscribed so far. And I hope that I can make more and more better video or more and more better. See, I would edit that one out, but I don't edit. I would hope that I earn your guys' subscription, and I'm going to keep making better videos. But just put down in the chat down below if you would get rid of, or have it in the morning or later at night, daylight savings time. Or just get rid of it.
So, this should be the easiest one of all.
Oh, here we go.
It's a 50-50 issue.
He ain't getting
And if
rid
something's
of
a 50-50 issue, it's hard to get excited about it. I assume people would like to have more light later, but some people want to have more light earlier because they don't want to take their kids to school in the dark.
He assumed.
And it's a little bit one way, but it's very much a 50-50 issue. And it's something I can do, but a lot of people like it one way, a lot of people like it the other way. It's very even. And usually I find when that's the case,
Iron Beam is the industry-leading broker catering to traders worldwide.
I don't think he's going to do anything.
With the free Iron Beam.
What else do we have to do?
We'll see.
And I got to ask, because you were talking about this in your joint address, you were talking about
Just
Butler.
about done, guys.
It's been 7 months. Why do you think we don't know more about the guy who shot you in the ear?
Yeah, no, well, and the second one with all of his cell phones. So,
That's right. I want to know.
I want to find the answers.
I want people behind bars. What about you guys?
I told them. In fact, today I said, I want to fight. We can no longer blame Biden for that one. He should have released that a long time ago. So they are giving me a report next week sometime, and I do believe I'll be releasing. I want to release the report. A lot of people have asked that question. You had one who had 3 apps, 2 of which were foreign, supposedly, and who has the biggest white shoe law firm in Pennsylvania, even though they don't live in necessarily a white shoe area. What's that all about? His law, the law firm. The other one had 7 or 6 cell phones, and I don't have 6 cell phones. And why would somebody have 6 cell phones? So we're going to be releasing a report on that soon, Peter.
But based on what you're saying right there, the lack of information and the data points that you just gave, does that make you think that there's some part of that there's some bigger?
It could be. Well, it makes other people think that. It makes me think it a little bit too.
I think that.
When you have 3 apps and 2 of them are foreign,
theorists.
and you had an FBI that wouldn't report on it, they didn't want to say why. I would say that could be suspicious. And then on the second assassin, you had, and by the way, I have to tell you, Secret Service did a great job on that by spotting him.
Good.
But on the second one, he had 6 cell phones. That's a lot of cell phones. And a couple of them had some strange markings on them. So, yeah, I want to find out. And I would be willing to release it.
He said strange markings on them. See, when he says stuff like that, I mean, I take Donald Trump as a lot of things he says has meaning, right? We were told, I believe, back in the day that everything he says has meaning, and it does. Guys, everything he says has meaning, and he knows who it is. He knows what's behind it. A lot of other people know what's behind it and who it is. It's just got to wake you guys up, the American people. It'll come out.
Maybe there's a reason that we shouldn't, so I don't want to get too far ahead of my skis, but yeah, I would be very willing to release that. I'd like to see it. I want to see it myself. Not only you, I want to see that one myself.
Mr. President,
may I?
Yes.
President Macron yesterday said that France was ready to offer its nuclear protection to other European countries. What do you make of it? And in this case, would the U.S. also maintain a nuclear umbrella for European countries?
Well, France is also willing to put soldiers into Ukraine for safety reasons if we can get it. I will say that we've made a lot of progress with Ukraine and a lot of progress with Russia over the last couple of days. And it'd be great to bring that to an end so we don't have to talk that way about nuclear. It'd be great if everybody would get rid of their nuclear weapons.
That's right.
We have Russia and us have by far the most. China will have an equal amount within 4 or 5 years. And it would be great if we could all denuclearize.
That's right.
Because the power of nuclear weapons is crazy. It is crazy. And, I was very far along a process with Russia. Despite the Russia hoax, which didn't make it easy, it was a total hoax, a total rigged hoax by some bad people. But despite that, I was very close to having a program with Russia, denuclearization, and we were going to get China. I spoke to President Xi about it, and he would have been very happy to have gone along with it. But bad things happened, like an election that was rigged happened. And so we had to come back 4 years later. But I would very much like to start those talks. The opposite of what you say, the denuclearization would be incredible.
Mr. President, on the auto tariffs that you were talking about, I know yesterday you spoke with the big three. Did you tell them that no more exemptions were on the way, and what was the reaction?
I told them, that's it. This was a short-term deal. And they came back to me yesterday. They said, could we have some help on the tariffs because of the speed? And I said, look, I'm going to do it, but that's it. Don't come back to me after the April 2nd. I don't want to hear from you after April 2nd. We're not going to be doing it anymore. I want to help them.
What was their response?
They didn't complain, but I helped them short-term during this short-term transition. April 2nd is going to be a very big day for America.
That's right.
Mr. President,
My understanding is that the longstanding U.S. policy is that we do not negotiate with terrorists. So how did you come to the decision to send somebody from your team to negotiate with Hamas?
We are having discussions with Hamas. We are helping Israel in those discussions because we're talking about Israeli hostages. Yep. And we're not doing anything in terms of Hamas. We're not giving cash. We're not giving $6 billion like you hear other administrations give. In fact, I got 59 hostages out, and we gave nothing. In 59, we gave nothing, not including what's going on with Hamas. I mean, I consider that something where we're helping Israel for the most part. We had a couple of hostages, as you know. We got a couple of hostages out, American hostages.
Mr. President.
All right, guys. I mean, there's just a few more questions that he's going to go through. Again, I just want to let you know, I don't edit my videos. I'm trying to just be real with you guys. And, hey, I mean, if you guys want me to edit my videos, I could do that. It's not a problem. It's not hard, but I'm just like, man, I'm just going to be as honest as possible. This is what my channel is going to be about. There's no bullshit. You know, I speak funny. I love America, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I just going to be out here every day making a video for you guys, 2 or 3, maybe 4. It's Thursday, 2025, the 6th. And I just love America, and I'm making more videos for you. So if you'd like and subscribe, and I will make another video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys.